Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
And now we are going to how to say it, to switch off the first sequence from the board because it's some hello sequence to wake up the board, and Valentina is going uh, to skip this step because the remote control has only limited memory how to get the sequence from our board, and to save this sequence into the remote control. All of version of remote controls have some small amount of memory to save the sequence. If you use them, you know that you can press the button A or B to save the sequence between some another remote control from uh,
Sergey, I'm so sorry.
yep.
I can describe with pictures.
Okay. Sergey, please share your screen and tell us about the problem which we
Так,
have. Maybe it's not a problem, but we are thinking how to resolve
I'm
Th-
trying.
this
Thank you. And
this problem. Yeah.
just to jump in one more time,
Mm-hmm.
are we recording?
Yep. I start
Okay, thanks.
recording. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Sorry. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have conflict of systems from my MCU point of view. The signal must contain, as I understood Valentina's file information, first preamble, then synchro word, then data. Physically, we checked by SDR receiver and saw that preamble, synchro, and data are splitted by zero information in on air. But from another hand, remote control sending data with some spaces. And when we are trying to educate remote control, when this situation is present on air, remote control under in educate mode received these spaces and thinks that this is space before next data, but next data is different with preamble, physical data is different, and it says I'm crazy, I cannot be educated. That is why our of course the best solution is change logic of remote control, change firmware of remote control for implement this picture, and everything will be okay. But most remote controls contain any unknown microcontrollers, and it's not easy to modify them. And we said, okay, if remote controls require this way, let's we try to use another way on receiving part. And you sent us the solution with transmitter and receiver. This is not that solution, it's another solution, but I found it by link from your solution. Look, this is typical relay, but it contains separate dedicated board. I'm sure that this is demodulator. It is here. And the signal from demodulator, I'm sure, not fully, but sure, that this is MCU, and demodulated data is coming to MCU. And probably, and I saw some alarms and other wiring diagrams. They have a very simple demodulator. Let me try to use any external demodulator, which will produce demodulated signal, and we will connect it not to RF input of microcontroller, but to GPIO, and will analyze demodulated signal. And hopefully we will have success because this receiver will be fully negotiated with transmitter, and we will get low frequency logical signal on output from it. Later you can implement, because it's not too complicated wiring diagram for implementing, and let's we analyze not high frequency but low frequency signal by microcontroller. Then this is our idea, and the main problem why we talking about it, because our microcontroller requires preamble, synchro word, and data, and spaces between, but all educating remote controls which are looking for spaces as for spaces between same data, and they cannot be educated. Another solution, if we will find any remote control transmitter with a well-known microcontroller, we will change firmware, because it must be very easy, from universal to our special firmware, which will send in this format. That's all for me.
Thank you so much. I understood some of it, but I'm taking good notes. So,
Okay, and what we should do for now, because if we continue to work on remote controls, it maybe will be, how to say, fail, or not successful way to resolve your task, and we will be not able to pair all version of remote controls. Maybe the best way would be creating your version of remote controls with special MCUs, and in this case we will be control all processes between your devices and remote control, but it will require money and budget to create special remote control for your board. Maybe the way which introduced Sergey would be the best for you.
okay.
And
Now,
on the market, I searched a lot of the same devices with demodulator part and remote control.
Okay.
It's now it's the main not issue, but the main question from us.
Okay. So I hear you saying that we would need a special MCU controller designed into a custom remote control RF transmitter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's the
Uh,
second way. Yep, it's the second way
Second way.
to resolve your pairing task.
Okay.
Or
And
find already present remote control with well-known microcontroller, for example, PIC, and we will change only firmware, but you will buy hardware and deprogram it to our logic.
okay, so a PIC microcontroller.
Yep, it's something like STM32, but it's PIC, PIC.
I No, I'm familiar with the term. Okay, so this would be not then the TI chip.
Yep.
No. It means about transmitter. I said about transmitting. As for receiving, if we will use demodulator,
Transmission.
we can use any microcontroller, because we will use GPIO. TI maybe will be little bit expensive because it's concept, but up to you. For receiver, if we will use we have two cases. First, reprogram transmitter. In this case, we will use current receiver. Another, we will find any usual regular transmitter. In this case, we must change only receiver, add demodulator, and in this case, we either can continue to use TI microcontroller or use any regular, because we will use usual GPIO input. The RF will be no needed. These are two different solutions.
Okay. With that in mind, what do you recommend?
It's it's really tricky question, because as I understand, all hardware part was produced or and created by your team, and from my perspective, uh, I would be I would create a special remote control for your board, but it based on my on my vision about all Chinese devices, and because they can they are able to buy on this month, but in the next month you cannot buy them, and it's highly likely that now we implement some firmware for you with some special remote control, and then in the next month or half year in the future you will not be able to buy items for your product. It's dangerous situation for your product. It will be dangerous situation for your product, and based on it, we are preferring to create some special remote control, and it will be simple board or simple additional board, and simple device to control your how to say alarm system, right? And from my point of view, it will be the best solution. It's only my vision of the situation. Maybe Sergey will tell us something else, but from my point of view, it's the most how to
I'm not
say.
sure, because relay system are present on market. They can be changed, but hopefully we will make any adaptive system, and that is why probably using of own demodulator from my programmer's point of view, of course, this is easiest way, because demodulator will be universal. Signals from remote controls hopefully will be very similar, and we can make any adaptive firmware. But
Okay.
Chris,
Yes.
I'm thinking that we will provide you short description about two ways, about
Okay.
these two ways, and you will check and discuss with your team, with your engineer, and after it, please inform us about your decision.
That sounds like the best way to move forward.
Yep. I'm not sure that I'm able to bill any hours for now, because it was investigation stage, and all hours were spending to understand how to work with remote controls, and we educated a lot with using SDR devices. We educated a lot how to work with this type of devices, and for now we know a lot about it, and Sergey's idea is extremely efficient as I understand it, and let's focus on it, and after getting our ways, um, let's decide it what will be the next step for our project. Okay.
Thank you for that explanation. I do value both your opinions. Thank you. I'll review this with my team, and if I have any questions, I'll follow them along. But thank you both. Is there anything you need from me right now?
We had a question about how many buttons should we use for remote control. As I and Sergey checked your last version of Product Vision, you have several functions for it. Something like change the type of song, start and stop of playing the music, and in this case we prefer to use two button remote control, not one button, not a remote control with one button, and it will be more flexible to use two buttons, because one of the buttons will be using for start and stop of signal, and the second button for some special function like changing the songs and so on and so on. It's
Is
not
it because
it's not super difficult, but difficult to use some press or long press action for change the music and so on, and in this case I think it will be great to get some information how you are preferring to use this remote control with one button scenario, something like if I press the button more than
so?
2 seconds, you can choose the song, something like
Uh,
that. Yeah.
I actually, that is one thing I did want to bring up, the length of this long press, and I would like to make this a sticking point. It's because my product is often separate from the user. What they do have of it on them and what they touch is really important to like reinforce the brand message that we're bringing them, and that's I'm not, I think the beauty of an Apple is like its simple sophistication, and with two buttons, I think you lose that. And this kind of remote I've been carrying and testing, and I'm very happy with this form factor. So this is my opinion on the one button versus two button, because I might consider two button, but because I only see these two functions, initiate the device and then a long, let's say 1.5-second hold to change to the next track. That is something important.
Okay. Yeah, but it's understandable. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Guys, any questions?
No.
No. In this case, Sergey will write down two ways how to resolve this problem, and we will provide it the description soon. I hope today or tomorrow I will send it to you. Okay?
Wonderful. And you'll be able to share the link of the download for the today's meeting.
Yep. Sure.
Thank you so much. Yes.
I will
today
upload it to my OneDrive and send it the link to you via email. Yeah. No
Okay,
problem.
at your convenience. thank you everybody today for taking the time and your continued effort, and let me know what I can do.
Thank you. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.